Hey, welcome to Trash Talk. It's a very special Trash Talk, not just because it's after Labor Day and all,
It
but
is.
did you realize that this
Are
this
you wearing
marks
white?
the what? Who
Do you have white on?
do I have white on?
You're
No.
not supposed to wear white after Labor Day.
Oh, no, I'm not wearing white. This is off white.
Okay, all right.
Okay. But you realize that this marks the third year we've been doing this show?
Oh my God, already?
3 years today.
Wow.
And in if you do that crazy anniversary stuff, this is either our leather anniversary or our glass anniversary.
I don't know. I don't even understand that.
I don't either. It's just I think it's a way for Hallmark just to get you to buy stuff.
I think it is leather, and don't ask me how I remember that, but I think it is.
Well, I think I remember getting a whipping when I was 3 years old.
Hmm.
So
Well, that's fair too. I'm not
yeah,
going to do that. That's weird.
no.
People pay big money for that, but I'm good.
But we hope everybody had a great Labor Day. And
Yeah.
maybe now that we hit Labor Day, maybe that's an indication that the temperatures will start to drop a little bit.
Look, stop
Now,
it.
big,
Stop. Don't. You've been
big
here
pipe,
long enough.
big
You
pipe
know
dream.
that September ends up being 95 degrees.
Yeah.
Texas doesn't it cools off the end of October. We get a nice little break till February, maybe March. Then the
And
rain
then,
comes, then it's 109.
yeah.
Yeah. But it is our anniversary. It's been an amazing ride. We've had some fun moments. We've had some wild shows. We've had some great special guests, which we got to get back to doing again.
Right.
The
We're going to
most
start
recent,
looking in that. Yep. Got to
yeah, most
start doing
recent
it.
was Travis Patton Sr. The biggest thing with guests, it's so hard to schedule. It's hard enough for us to even schedule what we do. Um, and it's, so getting a guest, but we've had some great guests. We've
Yeah.
we've we've cross promoted on so many different aspects of the show, from everything else that you do, your other two shows and special guest appearances and everything else you do. And it's
Yeah.
been a wild, fun show.
We'll throw that out to you, the folks that are watching and listening. If you think you'd like to be a guest on this show, send us an email and just say, "Hey, please, I'd like to be a guest on the show, and I'd like to talk about this." And we'll set it up. We'll get it scheduled. You know,
Absolutely. Yeah. If you guys are, fun, or you just got a topic, trashtalkfrisco@gmail.com.
right?
You can always reach out to us any social media, including TikTok at Trash Talk Frisco. We were late to the game on it. I was debating if I wanted to bring us into TikTok because I have way too much other platforms to deal with, but I did it anyway. So
Yeah. And I've been picking it up. I even watch the shows again on TikTok. You know,
yeah, you can check out the shows, you can message. We do different stuff on there as well. But you can go ahead and reach out. We'd love to have you on if you have a topic or even just an interesting story, or maybe you have nothing and you just want to be part of the conversation.
right? You, you, you want
Oh,
to?
and I got the OG stickers back.
Oh, all right.
So if anybody would like free stickers,
Yeah. You
I know you've seen them plastered around certain coffee shops just down the street from me.
you know where a good place to put them?
Boom.
Right on the back of your cell phone cover.
Yep, put them there. Put them in. If you got kids that go to school, put it on their backpacks. Put it on their folders. If you're going out in public, you're going to a concert, going to a new city, slap it on the bathroom. I'll give you Stuart's number. You can call him. And there you go. But hey, today, so this works out perfectly. I've got this idea in my head on top of everything else. Since it's our anniversary, 3 years, I thought we'd go back a little. And instead of talking about the best shows, let's dive in deeper down the rabbit hole of Stuart and Brandon's life, get people to know us a little better. Let's talk about some weird stuff. Let's get weird and let's do some questions, some random things, factoids, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, and I said, what do you want to talk about this week? He's, don't worry, I got it. I got it. I said, okay, but what are we talking about? Don't worry about it. I got it. So
Yep.
it's in your lap, bro.
I know yeah. And you know what? I don't even have any notes. It's all here. It's all in my mind.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so we'll see how much I remember. Okay, so questions. We have all had those weird things in life that have been like phobias, and I'm not talking real phobias. Let's just talk about like, not like I'm scared of snakes. We'll get to that. I'm not scared of snakes, but
I am.
yeah, there you go. But like when you were younger, you'd have those dreams. We always talk about those anxiety dreams of like, oh my God, I'm going to school without my pants on. You know, what is one of your real, like one of those weird phobias? And it could be real, but just a weird phobia.
Uh, I was bullied as a kid,
Okay.
and there was a guy lived on the next block and all who just loved beating on me and stealing my lunch money. And
What a
also,
jerk.
probably my biggest phobia was trying to figure out when to leave for school and which route to take so I wouldn't have to run into Craig. That was his name. And
Greg, what's his last name? Let's call him out.
yeah, and he ended up in a reform school
Ha ha, Craig.
and all for stealing cars, which we all knew was going to happen. But in the meantime, he used to rip off my lunch money, and he made a little bit of a living off of it because he had his crew. But anyway, that was probably my biggest phobia as a kid, was because I had to walk to school.
Yeah.
But there were 2 or 3 different ways I could go, and I knew which neighbors' yards to cut through. And also, if I saw him, I was always looking over my shoulder. That's why today I got this tick. How about you?
Well, there's not, I mean, I've had some weird things. I've never had like the dream where I go to school naked, but I definitely have driven in a car in shorts and have forgotten my underwear before. That's true. So that's a whole, yeah. So that was wild.
That was
But
something your
I
mother
didn't go
never
to
to
where I was
do.
going. I turned around, started feeling different down there.
Right.
I don't know if it's like a really weird phobia. So this really is it's a phobia. I don't know. Every time I get something different, it's been happening for years. Like anytime like there's something new on my skin or I have a weird pain that I can't explain, I immediately assume it's cancer. Immediately.
Oh, okay.
I know that's like kind of more serious, I guess. I don't know. But I immediately like I'm dying. It's over. Like like WebMD says I'm dead. I'm dead. Like I get these things. Like I had one removed several months ago. Luke went with me. So I've always had this spot on my head. It was like we'll call it a freckle or sunspot or old man spot, but
Right.
it's been there forever. My papa had one in the same, I don't know why I'm pointing to his picture, but my papa had one in the same side and it was decent enough, but it was flat. And I didn't like the way it looked. And I always thought one day but it never like changed. It was just
Just
flat.
there.
I
Yeah.
had it for as long as I can remember. 6 months ago, 7 months ago, I noticed change in it. It was dry. It was getting bumpier. One day it was bleeding, and I'm like, I have cancer. It's over. And so I was stressing out inside because I never tell anybody about it. And I, insurance, I got a hold of this dermatologist or whatever they're called, and they're like, come check it out. So I went and got it checked out, but Luke came with me. He was like, I'm gonna go with you. And I'm like, great. I'm like, if she tells me it's bad, then I gotta be like,
Yeah. How,
tough.
how's that happen in front of my kid?
Right, because I'm already freaking out. So we get there and she looked at it, she goes, you know what? I think I know what it is already, but let's, let me take a look. She took a look. She's like, look, it's called a cluster mole. And unfortunately, you can have them when you're younger and nothing happens. And then all of a sudden it can just grow these cluster. She's like, we can remove it right now today. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. So she shot me with a needle and Luke was right there, shot me with a needle, scraped that baby off. She sent it out for testing anyway, obviously. And she's like, no, she goes, you also have a couple others right here. And I do. She said that could start to change. But as of right now, that's exactly what those are. So don't be shocked. Just come on back and I've got like 2 more that I'd like to. I'm almost like, can you cut them now? But they're so flat,
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my weird fear. Any weird thing, any weird ailment, I'm like, I'm dying.
So, the hard part is when they scrape it off, they say we're going to send that out to the lab to get a result. And now for the next 3 or 4 days until the result comes back, now you're really freaking out.
Yeah. I almost felt super comfortable that immediately she's like, no.
Yeah.
She's like, immediately no.
Did you find that if it was on this side of your head, you wanted to sleep on the other side?
Yeah, a little bit. And then, the lab thing, I'd forgotten about it when they called and they're like, hey, everything's good. I was like, what? And I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Because she already told me no, and it's off my head now. So,
yeah. Oh, so I'm not dying. Oh, okay, good.
What on a lighter subject, what are some foods that you liked as a kid that you despise now? Or what is a food or drink?
That's a tough one because I like almost everything. Never did like yogurt, and I never liked cottage cheese. And
Well, nobody should eat cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is disgusting.
I still don't.
Me either.
Anything that comes in curds is not on my list. What did I like as a kid that I don't really care for now? Might be honestly, my mom used to make really good liver and onions, and I'm not a big fan of that. There's too many other choices on the menu. I see it, and I remember my mom affectionately, but I'm not that much. I used to eat a lot more meat and all, and I don't eat as much meat now. Still like fish.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the reverse, because I didn't really care for fish all that much when I was young. Now we eat a lot of salmon and tilapia and some of that. But yeah, but vegetables, everything I liked as a kid, I still like.
I'm with you on the meat. I don't eat as much meat as I used to. I like it. But mostly red meat.
Yeah.
I don't eat as much. Occasionally I have to because I got iron deficiency. So I'll just go eat a steak.
Right.
I can feel my body craving it, actually. It's weird. Either that or I'm a vampire, one of the two. I think one of the things that I don't like that I did like as a kid is mac and cheese.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Despise mac and cheese. I think it's the most plasticky looking, grossest stuff in the world. And even here in Texas, when they make their special South lard mac and cheese with bacon and brisket, I'm not into it. Luke will eat it occasionally, but he just recently started to eat it. And it's got to be.
My grandson loves it.
Oh, it's just so bad for you.
That and French fries.
We all love French fries.
He can make a meal out of mac and cheese and French fries.
Yeah, my Luke is very particular on it, and I have to time, like, he had it 3 weeks ago, so it'll probably be another month before I even offer it again.
Yeah. But we had it as kids because it was absolutely one of the easiest meals.
It's cheap.
Very cheap. In fact, after college, when you get your first apartment and you're struggling to pay the rent, mac and cheese was your go-to meal.
Mac and cheese, ramen noodles.
Yeah, and every once in a while you'd get Oscar Mayer wieners, and you'd boil those up and you'd chop them up and you'd add that to the mac and cheese.
Yeah, you just spruce it up. Gordon Ramsay that crap. Fish I didn't like for years. I like now. Not all fish, but I'm willing to try about anything. One thing that has stayed the same, and I'm pretty sure I was forced to eat it as a little, but as far as I can remember as a kid, broccoli. Absolutely despise. And Luke loves it, so I make it for him a lot. I just can't stand it. And he's always like, hey, Dad, you going to eat some? I'm like, oh, bro, that's all I had. I wanted to give it to you,
Right.
Which is weird because I like green stuff, asparagus, zucchini, and lettuce. But broccoli, I despise. And I think I've despised that as a kid. So
yeah, and I'll eat almost all green vegetables.
That's fair.
Green is good.
Green is good.
Lauren doesn't do Brussels sprouts, and she doesn't.
Oh, I love Brussels sprouts.
And a lot of that. Peas, okay. Broccoli, okay. But the lima beans, loved them as a kid.
I won't do that.
And I'll still eat lima beans, mixed vegetables.
I like veggies. I love veggies. I feel like lately my veggie intake has gone down. I don't know why. I just feel like it has. So I need to up it tonight when we make dinner. But all right, let's do a hot take. So hot takes. There's going to be a little celebratory hot take, what is one celebrity that a lot of people like that you can't stand? And I don't mean like on a personal, because we don't know them. You watch them in interviews, you don't care if they're in a movie, you just can't get behind it.
Gosh, I'm trying to think of I mean, there's a lot of female actresses and all that get a lot of play that
Sure.
I'm not sure. I mean, I have my favorites.
Well, yeah, but
I'm trying to think somebody that everybody likes. Uh, yeah, Christina Applegate, never
yeah,
could quite get into her and her character. I'll tell you, okay, male, Hugh Grant.
really.
Hugh Grant, I mean, to me, almost every role he has is similar to a previous role that he's had.
I think he's just being Hugh Grant, you know.
Yeah, and so he's the same Hugh Grant no matter what the movie and all. And I've seen, several of his movies, but he's got the same facial characters, same reactive
Sure.
shots. So I never really got into him, even though he's really very, very popular.
I like him. I don't like all of his movies, but I like him. I don't watch a movie and go, "Oh my God, he's in it." But then there's several
Yeah.
movies he's in, and I'm like, I really liked you in that movie.
See, now I'm that way. If you mention certain actors or actresses, I will go to see that movie no matter what the genre of the movie is,
Yeah.
because I like them. Like Helen Mirren, I'll go see anything that she's in. Honestly, Clint Eastwood, Al Pacino.
Yeah, same with Al
Oh,
Pacino, even though he's getting weird. But
yeah,
Denzel Washington is one for me.
Dustin Hoffman.
Idris Elba. Idris Elba is another one for me.
Yep. Glenn Close for me. I'll almost go to see anything because she's done comedy, she's done serious.
Sure.
So there's certain people that I would say, oh, if they're in it, I'll go see it.
I've got a few of those. Quite a few of those.
Yeah.
One for me, I got two, and one most people know because I mentioned it. The other one is comes with a disclaimer. So I'll do the first one. The first one is Anna Kendrick. I cannot stand her. I cannot stand anything about her. I'm going to be mean about it too. I cannot stand her. When I watch her talk and she's trying to be funny, I think she's the most annoying creature on the planet.
Yeah.
When I see her in movies, I want to scream. When she smiles, I cringe. She's got no lips at all. Like I always want to examine her and be like, where's your lips go?
Botox,
I know it's so mean.
Botox.
You know what? She can make fun of me all day because she's got way more money than me. So that's cool. And quite honestly, if this catches her attention and we did something, but I just don't like her. And I will not watch a movie with her in it. There's one movie I like with her in it, and I'm so mad that she's in it. But that's one. The other one that I'm starting to get to, this is my hot take, is Seth Rogen. Now, I thought we know who Seth Rogen is, right? We know what to get from him. He's been better in movies at times, like acting wise. I love like Knocked Up and 40-Year-Old Virgin and Neighbors, and he's done some great stuff. Pineapple Express. My issue with him lately is I felt like that even though he was Hollywood before, he wasn't. Now he is Hollywood. He absolutely, and it started with James Franco. James Franco and him were best buddies. Then some stuff came out that James Franco allegedly did and some he did do. He was very inappropriate with some females when he was getting into the business. He was a chauvinistic pig and he was just trying to, what.
Yeah.
Okay. That happens, right? Those allegations came out and Seth Rogen, instead of saying no comment or even trying to stand by his friend, he completely cut him out. He said he's never done another movie with him since. They canceled their movie plans, and now he rose up in Hollywood, and James Franco's nowhere to be found. I don't look. That's not a friend. That's a sellout.
Right.
I don't like Seth Rogen.
Yeah, somebody threw you under the bus.
Yeah, I don't like it. Don't like it. Not a fan. So that's my guy. Let's do the same thing for music now. Hot take on music. What is an artist or band that is beyond popular, which shouldn't be too hard? Artist or band that's beyond popular throughout the years, old, new, that you were just like, I don't get it.
Steely Dan.
You
I-
you went way back.
yeah, I went way back because as much as I wanted to try and get into them, I couldn't. Another one was Jethro Tull.
Yes, agreed. Oh my God.
Just, I mean, it was a different sound, and everybody thought it was so cutting edge. I never quite got it.
Dude, I had a girl that we were like best buddies and we dated, and this was back in like high school, and she was playing Jethro Tull for me. I almost broke up with her. The song was 22 minutes long. Oh,
From probably from Aqualung.
it probably was so bad. It was so bad.
But how about for you? You got one that
I got a couple hot takes. Number one, Celine Dion. I get it. Great, she can sing. I can't stand her. Not on a personal level. This is music. Can't stand her music. Don't like her songs. Super annoyed by her voice. I know she could sing. I don't want to say she's overrated, but I want to say she's the same.
Yeah.
The other one, I'm going to get heat for this, is Adele. I think Adele is one of the most talented women out there. I really do. But I also think she's a one-trick pony. And I don't understand why every single song is about her being depressed. And this album, like this album was her breakup and she couldn't do it. Then she got married and I think she had a kid and she made another album about the same guy that hurt her. And I'm like, look, Adele, get over it. Like, we're done with you.
The other artist that's kind of that way was Taylor Swift. I mean, Taylor Swift.
She has elevated though.
Well, I mean, she became a huge icon, but you never really wanted to meet her because if you met her, you were going to end up in one of her songs.
Well, that's true too. But and also, at least with T Swift, she was like 17. So like Adele's a grown woman. Like you could come out with 3 albums after you got married with the dude, and you're going to write about a dude that's not around anymore. Like,
right.
And the other one, the final one, is the Grateful Dead. I'm not into it. Right. I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't understand it.
You're right, and yet not only would they pack stadiums, but they would pack the grounds around the stadiums with people that just followed them and couldn't afford a ticket to go in and watch them. So they just tailgated out in the parking lot.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I had a cousin that followed them for years and years and years, and he and his young wife made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to sell to people out in where they were tailgating,
That's
to make
awesome.
money to put gas in the car.
That's awesome. All right, let's go here. Let's do this. I know we're probably approaching the end. I can't keep track.
Okay.
Let's go this here. What is a pet peeve of yours? We all have them.
Yeah.
But one pet peeve that might shock or surprise people.
I got a lot of pet peeves on the highway. I mean, I hate drivers that don't use turn signals. I despise driving the speed limit, which here in Texas is like 70 miles an hour on the highway. And it's like you're doing 30 because everybody else is flying past you. Probably my biggest pet peeves are just when I've got to get out on the road because people are just nuts. It's like nobody knows what the rules of the road are all about.
Oh my God. It happened to me this morning.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here at a green light. I'm sitting at a green light, not because of traffic, but because the moron in front of me is just
texting,
looking at his phone, cooking his dinner. And I'm like, bro, I got to go to school. So I beep the horn and I'm like, I got to be careful. Luke's in the car. So I'm trying to be the example. So I don't swear, and I'm like, dude, you moron, let's go. It's a green light. And then so I turn it into a joke. Like, oh my God, can you believe that guy? So Luke, he rolls down the window, not at the guy, because, he's on this side now. The guy's on this side. We passed him. But Luke rolls down the window and starts going, boo, boo. And I'm like, bro, but I get it. Like,
well, in the old days, you could get away with that. Now you don't know if his window is going to come down.
I know.
And a big piece of iron is going to come out.
I'm about to get in a fight on the way to school. You're going to be late. I got a couple of them. I got a lot of them, but I'm going to talk three real quick because I think they're funny and not funny, but I think we can all relate to them. Number one is I don't like repeating myself at all. I do not like it. Like if I have to repeat myself, like after we've talked for a minute, and I know I talk fast and I talk about a lot of stuff, so I get it. But if I have to repeat myself, oh my God.
See,
Like,
and Lauren is the same way. Unfortunately, I'm starting to have a little bit of hearing issues. So when she says something, I say to her, "What'd you say?" And she's got to repeat it. So
it's
that's her
funny.
pet peeve.
It's funny because Luke can ask me 10 times and I don't get mad. Every now and then, if he's just being a little turd about it, I'm like, really, dude? But if he's just a kid, I guess I just accept it because he's a kid. It doesn't bother me.
Right.
But when I'm talking to like an adult and I'm having a conversation and I'm trying to break, and they're like, what? And I'm like, nah, nope, not today. Forget it. Next, you know? The other one, I don't remember what the third one was. Oh, yeah, stupid questions. Everybody says there's not a stupid question. No, that's not true. There are stupid questions.
Yeah.
I don't like, a lot of it happens at work, but I don't like when I'm literally standing somewhere in the section of work that I work in, and somebody comes in and says, I'm looking for the club soda. You know,
Right.
do you have Shiner Oktoberfest? Well, I'm standing right in front of 5 cases. No, like they
Yeah.
don't even look. Or I get people that come in and they're like, "Hey, where's the produce section?" I'm like, "Bro, where did you walk in at?" Oh, I
Yes.
walked in right there. You didn't see it in front of you. Like you
Right.
just, like you literally walk right into
Yeah.
the produce section. You didn't see
A
it.
football field full of fruit and vegetables.
Or my
Yeah.
favorite, like somebody asked a stupid question and is like, "Hey, do you have this Christmas beer yet?" Bro, it's August.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And I had that. These are real questions from allegedly real people.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Or in December they want to know where the Shiner or the summer shandy is.
I know it's December. Hey, when is Breckenridge dropping their summer release? Bro, you got 5
Yeah.
seconds. You gotta go.
Or they come in and say,
Cut off.
"Yeah, how many bottles are there in a 6-pack?"
Right. The other one I don't like, and this is probably I should talk about this earlier, but the other one that's been happening a lot to me lately, and I did it on a podcast, and I'm going to pick on some of you women out there, and you need to get your women in order. Okay. You need to get them under control. Okay. I'm trying to do the best for the men out there, but look, there's a lot of them that are idiots. You got to get these women under control.
Right.
I hold the door open for people. I don't care if you're a woman, old, young, dude. I try to hold the door open.
Yeah.
Don't give me a dirty look when I do it because I'll close it on you.
Or take advantage of it and not say, "Oh, thank you."
I get no thank you,
Yeah.
nothing. The other day I had a woman stop and she was about 30, 35, 30, between 30. You never know. She stopped. I held the door and she stopped. And I'm like, what's happening here? Like, I don't know this game. And she just looked at me and I'm like, and she's like, I can do it. All right, bitch.
Yeah.
So I closed the door. It was at my favorite coffee shop here. All right. Open it then. You're so proud. Open it. Normally I would have let her go in front of line with me. I'm like, nope, I'm ordering 7 coffees just to piss you off. You know? Then I was walking in my car the other day. I'm leaving. A woman comes walking out of her car. All I did was smile. Just a quick little, like, we made eye contact, so I didn't just want to be like, "Ugh." So I just gave her a quick smile. She goes, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? No, and I thought maybe she was on the phone, you know? And so I was like, oh, excuse me. I didn't say anything. And she's like, I'm just telling you, no, thank you. And I'm like, you thought I was trying to get in your, I looked at her and I was like, oh, don't worry. That was not the case. If I mean, literally, she said that, and this was over, I don't want to say where, but, and she literally looked at me and I was like, oh, you think really highly of yourself, don't you? But I can't do it anymore. I just can't. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Well,
sorry. That's it. That's all I got. We got to end the show or I keep going.
good. Well, this was fun.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
I oughta.
yeah. The downside to this show was you had to make me think, and
I
I
did.
don't often do that this early in the morning. So,
Look, man, you got to get on my level. I've been up for like 4 hours. Okay, let's go.
yeah, right.
I got vodka in this cup and we're ready to roll.
All right, we all go out and make it a good day and come back next week. And I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about then,
I don't
but
know either.
it'll probably be nonsense. But we'll be here to share it with you. Take care.